Suffering succotash. Yeah.
Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. It is your 27th of October 2023 edition of WWE Smackdown. It is the penultimate show before the final show before WWE Crown Jewel. And with a lot of star power tonight, with a lot of decent segments to discuss. Do we have decent matches? Let's talk about it. Let's find out. Let's talk about it. Oh, I'm not going to sing Rollins or Cody Rhodes' theme song. That's all you get on Raw. Long entrances and people's theme songs get sung. Absolute garbage. But we kick off the show with Roman Reigns and LA Knight's contract signing. I think it's mental how much of a difference there actually is between Raw and SmackDown. I gotta get it. Reigns hasn't been there for months, right? He's only started coming back recently. But how much fresher is it? You actually see Roman Reigns, the guy that's got the big belt, this big title reign. LA Knight is being pushed to the moon, rightfully so, and they're kicking off the show. That's what it should be on Raw. It's the same old stale pish, man. Honestly, it absolutely sucks. So yeah, LA Knight. This was good. Buried Roman Reigns for the Suffering Succotash promo, which I mean, that was abysmal when that happened back in 2015. He says that the contract reads that Roman Reigns is going to hand over the WWE Championship to LA Knight. Yeah. So why don't I go ahead and sign that right now? There you go, big boy. Have at it, Chief. Roman Reigns finishes his sentence with, "All right, sweetheart." Damn, what in the name of good God is going to happen here? But LA Knight is just continuously Roman, he's running down Roman Reigns here. I can't stop this gravy train. I can't stop the undeniable Kavaruka. I can't stop being the man they call the megastar. Everybody's saying it. L.A. And then the table gets wung at LA Knight. There's a bit of a brawl here. Looks like LA Knight's going to get the upper hand. In comes Jey Uso. Roman Reigns manages to escape. And then a belly to back suplex for LA Knight to Jimmy Uso. Puts him through the announce table. And boom. Just like that. That is this segment over. And you know what? It's a good start to the show. There's not too much to complain about from my point of view. And you know what, guys? It's just exactly what should be the case with professional wrestling. It really, really should be this simple. It should just be, your main eventers kick off the show, contract signings. It should be good. It shouldn't be what we see on Raw. It shouldn't be what we see on Dynamite where it's awful. And I'm not saying SmackDown is always great. There's some awful stuff on this show tonight, but it just shows you like how much better it honestly is. It just absolute disaster class normally on fucking the other shows, and it's so much better watching this. But then we have the Street Profits with Bobby Lashley taking on Carlito and Santos Escobar. As I touched on in the preview, it looked like it was going to be a one-on-one match, but in this it actually was Carlito and Escobar, LWO, taking on the Street Profits. Decent match, but then we cut backstage. Rey Mysterio's watching it in the backstage area. Logan Paul punching him. He's like, "It's all it's going to take, Rey. One punch." Escobar then tells Carlito to run backstage and check on Rey Mysterio, and then that leaves Escobar 2-on-1. He gets defeated. So I guess you could say he got protected with this loss. I mean, because it was 2-on-1, so you can't really argue with that. Logan Paul then has an interview backstage. He says his fist is as big as Rey's head, and then Logan Paul looks in Kevin Owens' face. You both have punchable faces. When Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are there as well. Okay, I mean, could WWE have capitalised on the heat between Dylan Danis and Logan Paul? I think they could have. I think they should have, but here, PG product. With those two talking, I mean, pretty much 95% of Dylan Danis' arsenal is talking about his Logan Paul's girlfriend being a fucking whore. So how do you present that? I mean, not that, in PG world, the WWE edgy stuff doesn't get said from time to time, but I just don't really see how it could realistically happen. Then we have Dragon Lee backstage, cuts a promo. I just don't care. Then big Cedric Alexander is like, "Hey, you, Dragon." So this sets up a match between these two later on. And again, like I said earlier, you've got all this good stuff, and then you've shite like fucking Cedric Alexander. That experiment is failed. At least with Dragon Lee, he's relatively fresh on SmackDown, but Cedric Alexander's been on the main roster for like 6 fucking years, and he's not done anything. It'll never work, and it never will work. So people just need to learn to fucking accept that. Chelsea Green takes on Shotzi Blackheart. Blackheart defeats Chelsea Green. Wah, wah, wah. Up next, though, big match. This is what SmackDown looks like from a sold-out crowd in Milwaukee tonight. What it sounds like from a sold-out Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Man, it is a special night. John, like, I know you could say it's repeating the same pish, but Cena comes out, like, he hypes it up. He oversells it, and I'm all for it, man. The guy could turn shite into fucking solid bars of gold. That's how good John Cena is. You know, just it's great seeing John in this run. It really is. He says, Crown Jewel's not a must-see for me. It's a must-win. I know that your respect earned, and I know it takes guts to stand in this ring and promise victory, but the time has come to knuckle up, and now is the time to deliver. He's interrupted then by Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman says, What is going on here? And I like this promo because Paul Heyman's talking about 21 years of big match John. He says, it started in a boardroom with Vince McMahon turned to me and said, when I'm running SmackDown with the first pick for OVW, who do I pick? John Cena. And Heyman's in, for 21 years, you've never let anyone down. And for 21 years, you've been a real-life superstar. And then he talks about how Roman Reigns beat Cena at SummerSlam, and he's like, yep, you'll suck. They'll laugh, they'll cry with you, they'll cheer you, you have a bond with them, they'll never have jam because you can talk like no one else on this planet can talk. What future you still have? I've been doing this for 100 years and I'm still on top, but John, you could have been me until you pissed off the bloodline. Now the order has been called from the very top from your tribal chief. It's not enough to spew. He'll break your ribs, but you've broken your ribs before and you'll be back. It's not enough for Jimmy to splash off the top rope and crack your sternum. You've had a cracked sternum before and you've came back for that, but Solo hits you with that spike and you can't talk anymore. The greatest weapon you have, the ability to communicate, taken away from you, which makes you so dangerous, taken away from you, John Cena versus Solo that takes away from the ability to communicate, taken away from you. What was you so dangerous, taken away from you? John, the bloodline takes away from you, WWE Universe. You come out here and you open your heart and you say, I must win. John Cena, the one match you've left, you must win, you can't win. And John Cena, that's not a prediction, that's a spoiler. And like, it just shows you, Paul Heyman, Jesus Christ, man. Like, I know with Paul Heyman is great on, he's phenomenal on the mic. This was really good. I really enjoyed this segment between these two. Problem is, it's like, he was just wasted. And like, Brock was wasted with Heyman for so many years, just repeating the same pish. At least with the bloodline stuff, it's similar to Lesnar and Heyman, but it's a bit different. But this was a really good promo. Solo Sikoa comes out from behind and attacks Cena. Samoan Spike to close the segment. We then have Dragon Lee taking on Cedric Alexander. Dragon Lee wins. Okay, we then have a bit of a hype promo package for the weigh-in segment between Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. Dylan Danis took to Twitter because thought this was funny. He's like, he'll take a weigh-in in WWE, but he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't. He failed it. He failed it, that bastard, for their match, of course. But you know what? Sorry as I'm yawning here, I'm talking about Dylan Danis. Kind of fucking sick of it talking about Dylan Danis, to be honest, but you can understand that, to be honest. Belair comes out, cuts a promo. You know, there's a lot of ESTs in here. It's fucking shite. I've seen enough of Bianca Belair. Get in the bin. Get in the bin. Starting with Bayley and ending with Io. I'm going to regain my WWE Women's Championship. That's all you need to hear. Then we have our main event of the evening. We've got LA Knight against Jimmy Uso. Another good match. I mean, we've kind of seen LA Knight take on members of the Bloodline before, and, you know, this match is really no exception. LA Knight, he does win via pinfall. Then, you know, the Bloodline come out and you think, God damn, it's not getting good. It's not getting good here. It's not getting good. It's not getting good. You've got Jimmy Uso out there, of course, and then you've got LA Knight then avoiding the spear for Roman Reigns after the show, but then he hits him with the Blood Force drama to close the show. LA Knight on top. How are they going to end it next week? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they're not even, Reigns isn't even on the show. And I think SmackDown, I think WWE does this a lot with Reigns, especially these like Saudi shows where he doesn't tend to be on the SmackDown before the show, and for me that sucks. Like, for me, could you not then just move this show? Because to me this was more of a show that was like the one before the pay-per-view, but yeah, maybe Big Stevie's asking for too much troops. But anyway, I'm going to give this SmackDown a 4 out of 10. It was good. SmackDown, well, I say it was good, and like I say, by today's standards, you have to just, I mean, it's pish compared to back in the day, but you know what? By today's standards, it was alright. It was good. So until next time, your thoughts down below, and peace.